The cheating covert narcissist. So first of all, signs of a covert narcissist. A covert and an overt narcissist can cross over in personality types, although they will lean more towards one. Covert or overt are both narcissistic and both manipulate for their own goals. They kind of have a split personality. Coverts, like most narcissists, are hard to spot, especially when we don't understand that people like this exist. First, if you're in a relationship with someone you believe to be a narcissist, you need to define what you are dealing with and then move on with your life. If someone is abusive, lacks empathy, acts as though they are entitled, exploits others, lets you down and continues to hurt you, whatever they are, narcissistic or not, you need to find a safe way out and a safe way to stay out. Most narcissist tactics are hidden, yet covert don't always match what you read about the narcissistic personality disorder. The narcissistic personality disorder is on a spectrum. We can all have a trait or two of narcissism, meaning someone can be confident and achieve success in life, yet they've not destroyed others to get there. They care for others and are not a narcissist. Some people can have a few traits, but it doesn't make them a narcissist. If they have empathy towards other people, they are not out to hurt other people. Some people can just be toxic, a fool, an idiot, or just a plain twit, but not actually on the disorder out to destroy all others. The overt versus the covert. Overts are not vulnerable, coverts are usually vulnerable. Although most narcissists can play the victim card if it meets a need of their own at that time. Overts are usually arrogant, whereas coverts are more often quite shy. What a covert narcissist can be like: you meet them and they seem okay, some are well-mannered, well-dressed, and some are polite. Then as time goes on, something just doesn't seem right. You just cannot seem to communicate with them no matter what you try. Sometimes people can have that self-centeredness that's not as harsh as you'd think when you look at narcissism, which is in the media. Coverts are not as loud or as in your face and in charge. In the beginning, they don't tend to be argumentative, but over time, you'll notice they seem to have a sense of entitlement and a sense of superiority. Just not as in your face as you'd expect a narcissist to be. You feel like they are approachable after the idealization stage, but you're not overly sure how to approach them or ways to approach them, and you usually end up feeling bad after you have approached them over something. The more you get to know them, you notice they do actually hate feeling vulnerable and hate any weaknesses being known to others. As you get to know more about them, they don't tell you too much about themselves. When you see any human behaviours, normal human behaviours or flaws in them, they will go on the attack with the blame and shifting it all towards you and your faults. They can often shut down and withdraw. You'll suddenly get the silent treatment out of nowhere, often leaving you wondering what just happened. There's a lack of empathy with them. They come across as cold and not interested in you, like they just don't care about you, and they don't. Lots of passive aggressive behaviour. You'll more often get the silent treatment where they go sulking, cutting you off mid-sentence, making promises and failing to deliver, and most people do end up walking on eggshells around them. They seem almost smug. It's their way or no way. They come across as very misunderstood special people who knows what others, or claims to know what others think or feel, and you can just not seem to understand where they are coming from. Everyone who manipulates tries to do it without being noticed, so even an overt narcissist is sly with it. Coverts are basically the shy narcissist. If you have doubts, there is probably no doubt, and they are a narcissist. If you are doubting if you are because you've reacted to something and all those words of it takes two to tango, no, you are not, because you have empathy. You loved hard and you hurt hard. Reactive abuse is not the same as abuse. And even the best of people have their limits, but they would most often feel guilty after reacting. No one deserves to be manipulated, abused, or hurt. You are a good, caring person who just likes to look for the good in others, and there's no wrong in that. Just learning behaviour you will and will not accept from others from now on. So when people do things that you don't like, leave them to it and find people who love you for you. Also, you never used to think anything was wrong with you, and you never used to question if you were a narcissist. Being around a narcissist is what got you questioning yourself. Almost everyone that has been around a narcissist will at some point question themselves when they go looking for answers. An overt narcissist is like a baseball bat to the mind. A covert is like a cancer taking over your mind. The covert narcissist can come across shy, empty, depressed, low energy. You've probably got people saying to you that they're not quite right, something's not all there with them, yet most people will offer them support. They can be grandiose on the inside, but they feel ashamed about it. They can be grandiose on the outside, but they feel ashamed about it on the inside. If they get stressed, they might even have signs of anxiety. And you do have to be careful with this a little bit, because people with CPTSD can act narcissistic, but they are not a narcissist. They are suffering from past traumas. A covert narcissist can be vulnerable in front of you, gaining sympathetic attention from you. They will want you to feel sorry for them. They might look very dramatic when they are looking for sympathy. They believe they have a right to everything, and they are self-entitled. They do believe they are special. They have no empathy. They think they are better than those around them, yet at the same time, within themselves, they believe they're not good enough. They are extremely self-centered, extremely stubborn, no respect for other people's boundaries, hypersensitive to criticism. They are very arrogant and will not apologise, only if it's twisted around onto you. Passive aggressive. They are people who try to come across as perfect, who are morally superior. Coverts will guilt trip others as much as they can. Things like, I've got no money, but I really need to get this. They might not ask things directly. If they are ill, they'll want a ton of sympathy from you, often making those around them feel guilty for not doing enough for them. Yet if you're ill, they'll often offer you little to no support or sympathy. They will play the victim. Even if there is evidence, they will twist it so that they are the victim. They pass all their insecurities onto their primary partner. Coverts are the ones who will say, are you really going to wear that? Or, I wouldn't bother doing that if I was you. They rarely directly have a dig at you. Most often it's underhand and extremely hurtful. So the cheating covert narcissist, when you date someone or marry them, when they come into your life, they literally sweep you off your feet, the idolization stage, when they match all your likes and dislikes, when they mirror you. You've met someone who you truly believe you understand, and you truly believe they understand you. When you're dating someone new, to discover they already had a girlfriend or a boyfriend, a husband or a wife behind your back throughout your entire relationship. The person you married has been having an affair after affair. Some you might have known about and forgiven them. With others, you can be married for years before you even find out about the first affair, the truth. Then once you discover they have one other partner, you might suddenly find they've had 2 or 3 or many more at the same time or crossing over. Narcissists are con artists. They sell you a dream and deliver you a living nightmare. Not only are most narcissists con artists, but they are also pick-up artists. The narcissist is renowned for not only physically cheating on their intimate partners, but also emotionally cheating, with classic lines of, "It's not cheating, it's only a message," or "Don't be so sensitive, we are only friends," to play down their behaviour. To the, "If you showed me more attention, I wouldn't have to cheat with others, or I wouldn't have to go elsewhere. And why have you looked at my phone? Don't you trust me?" Which is done to blame shift their hurtful behaviour onto you so that they can escape accountability. The narcissist is often a serial cheater. Not all of them, but most of them are always on the lookout for the next target, always using others, always exploiting others, and hurting those around them. Whether the narcissist has sexual satisfaction with their primary relationship or not, extramarital affairs, emotional or physical, is common with a narcissist, and there's nothing you did or did not do to cause it. They have the narcissistic personality disorder. Empathy towards others' feelings are often non-existent, and they are also lacking in respect or morals towards others, as they feel entitled and exploit others to meet a need of their own. They are simply not interested in your wants, needs or feelings. It's all about themselves. Emotional cheating or physical cheating, if you're not happy, it's cheating, and they do not care for your feelings, and you need to find your way out if you are still in that relationship. People can cheat who are not on the narcissist spectrum, and those will often be after a cheap thrill, not think of the consequences, and they will often feel remorseful afterwards. A narcissist is always on the search for attention to fill an inner void that they are unable to, as true happiness starts from within, and they are always chasing external happiness. Healthy people can not have found their happiness from within themselves yet, as they have empathy towards others. They often try to help those around them to feel better within themselves. A narcissist is exceptionally negative, whether they show this on the outside or not, so they destroy others to make themselves feel better. What we all need to realise and work on is finding out our own emotional stability and our own happiness from within. We will create this happiness. When we create this happiness from within, we will then no longer try to help those who only seek to destroy us, and we'll be able to distance ourselves from them much easier. Yet we will still help those with empathy who do need the help and support. A narcissist's ability to gaslight others and manipulate those around them, often causing cognitive dissonance in those close to them, is what makes them such convincing storytellers and con artists. As they are such compelling con artists and liars, they not only fool intimate partners, but they can also fool friends, family, and the community around them. As they are so grandstanding in the idolization stage, meaning that they will be able to attract attention and influence the opinion of those who are listening, and the covert narcissist will talk about and play on how others have hurt them or let them down in the past, the pity play, often describing what the narcissist did to others. They'll twist the story around to suit the narcissist and blame the other person. They will talk about their wisdom and how they highly value respect, honesty and integrity within a relationship, and would always be faithful, as they would never want to cheat or hurt someone in the way that they have. Which healthy people can have that conversation. With a narcissist, your instincts most likely told you that they protest too much. So what they are claiming that they would never do, and that they'd never do such a thing over and over again, this often means that they have or they will. They might even say they've been promiscuous in the past and have learned the error of their ways. They were young, or the ex was crazy, while saying that they'd never lie to you, they'd never cheat on you, When we listen carefully, instead of discounting our instincts and wanting to believe them, we see the red flags of just how contradictory a narcissist's words genuinely are. And healthy people can be contradictory also, as their opinions and beliefs adapt and change to self-love and inner happiness. So always trust your instincts. They know what they are on about, even when you don't. If you've just got into a relationship with someone who is forever cancelling plans, going away for long business trips, they are always late and always letting you down, or if you are a few months or years in and they are giving you the regular disappearing act and silent treatments, they are often with at least one other target, if not circling around a few. When they lie constantly, they do this to protect themselves, not to protect your feelings, because they have something to hide. When you ask healthy people where they are going or where they have been, healthy people see this as a two-way conversation. The narcissist sees this as criticism, that they are not allowed to do what they want and you are trying to control them. So they either spin a tale of where they are going or have been, which isn't what they were doing or where they were, and your instincts might think that something just doesn't ring true, or they'll provoke an argument, often so they can hit you with the silent treatment and disappear on you. Or they'll take you off topic and twisted the conversation onto where you were 6 months ago, even though you were where you said you were. They will get you to defend yourself, to downplay what they are doing and exaggerate what you are doing. Or they'll be calling you insecure, crazy, and all the others, so that you are the one that ends up with the self-doubt. When the narcissist is claiming that all their exes are stalkers, crazy, in need of help, obsessed with them, and due to that trauma bond and being left with no closure, the ex usually matches the narcissist's smear campaign words. So the exes are often left suffering from anxiety and CPTSD and looking for answers. The narcissist lies about them, then often matches the ex's behaviour, making the narcissist's lies all the more believable. Yet when those crazy exes come warning you, they're not doing it because you win the prize. They're doing it because they know everything they have just lived through and how they feel, even if they don't have all the answers right there and then. They know you're about to live it too, and they are trying to save you all the pain that they have just been through. It's never your fault that you were targeted by a narcissist. They come after you because they saw something in you that they wanted. They saw something in you that they wanted. A kind, caring, forgiving, loyal person. No one asks to be abused. Narcissists are like vultures going after one target to the next. Unfortunately, they have probably been through some form of trauma that sent them on this crash course, life pattern of destruction. Not only for those around them, often without them realising to themselves, they are destroying their own lives. Yet as they are always blaming all others, they never see themselves as the problem. In order to see what they need to change within themselves, you have to recognise the mistakes that you make, and a narcissist cannot do that, so they never find that true happiness. You can feel sorry for them, and you can hate them, and you can pity them. However you feel after everything they've put you through is for you. However, you need to break the trauma bond, leave them in the past where they belong, and start focusing on you and living your life for you. The more you focus on them, the more you bring the past reality back into your mind. And I know it's not easy, but you need to shift that past out of your mind. The more you focus on you and a much happier future, the more you'll work towards that future and start taking the steps in your present to make those future dreams your reality. You can and you will do this. If you have any information, any red flags that helped you, please add it into the comments to help others. Anything that helped you leave, please also add that into the comments to help others. Any questions, please add those in the comments. I will add the links to some online courses that I have available. I shall also add the video on cognitive dissonance to give you more understanding on how they do have an impact on your thinking. A video on gaslighting to give you more understanding on how they do that. And a video on trauma bonding to help you recover if you're still in the trauma bonding stage. And remember to keep focusing on your life. And I know your subconscious naturally draws you back into the past. It's like learning anything new, breaking the pattern, breaking the cycle, working on what you want for your life now. You can and you will. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.